Hey everyone, and welcome back to Scrap Mechanic. In this video, I'm going to be something that I've pretty sure that's what I just said. Going to be doing something that I've been wanting to do for quite a long time, but I just haven't figured out how I want to do it yet. So, last episode, I made a tutorial on how to make my wood harvester, but for rocks and stuff, I still only have my little cutter buggy. It works very well for it. It works well for stones and stuff, and then it switches out for logs if I just put I don't have them in the box, but if you put on saw blades, it works for trees. This works amazing. It's the first vehicle I always make, and yeah. But having something dedicated for trees is nice. But I don't have anything dedicated for rocks to make it faster or anything. So, I decided I'm going to finally, after all these years, make something dedicated for dealing with rocks. Now, I have a couple main requirements for it. I have a flatbed. Don't have a flatbed trailer at the moment, but either way, it must... I need to go through and fix some of these variants. By the way, it needs to at least fit on a flatbed trailer. So it can't be much wider than my cozy. And it can be fairly long and put it on like a lowboy trailer or something. But it can't be much wider than this, which is 15 blocks, I believe. Yes. 15-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 14, 15. Yes, so it's 15 blocks wide. I've had ideas where basically you just put a box around this with the drill bits in the top of it, and then it can just keep falling down under its own weight, cutting the rocks, and then refining it as it goes. But that's not very easy to get around with. So, yeah. Another idea I've had is use something to break up the rocks, and then I'm just trying to think of what parts I don't need at the moment, and then load them into a trailer or something and bring them back to a refinery. But I'd like something that does it all in one. So I'm pretty much thinking of something like the wood harvester. Do I have it saved? Do have the wood harvester saved. I still need to go through it and make it a little bit tidier and upload it. So, if I do something like the wood harvester, I can put a couple drill bits on the front and pretty much just drive into the rocks, destroy it, bring it down to the base materials, and then it'll just suck it all up. So, I'm going to build this. For this idea, I don't need the attachment on the back, so I'm going to get rid of this. It would probably be best to turn everything on the back around. There's apparently materials in there. Okay. Probably from testing. So yeah, I'm going to start off with just turning all of this around so that it picks stuff up from the front instead of the back. I'm not sure how it's going to be with weight, though. And then with the rate that it will cut the rocks, it shouldn't overload itself. Let's go forwards 1, and then put the refine bots as far to the outside as I can. And then put the chests back on. Hopefully the chests will fit how I want them to. Looks like they will. Oh yeah, easily. Okay, so this should work. And then cut this off. Delete that. And then if I can pretty much just put a couple of drill bits on a piston so they move up and down. So I'm going to move this whenever it lets me. There we go. I'm going to fill in the hole. Part of the hole. And then I guess I'll bring this out like this. I'll put the piston on here. I would like to use the same kind of arm the cutter has on it, but it's kinda... I don't have my big light anymore. I'll just use the cozy for some lights. Getting dark. I'm also in a creative survival. I'm forgetting how all the buttons work. There we go. Then I'll just edit in some. Alright, so now we've got some light. Okay, so if I go... just make this nice and simple. How big are these? If I bring it down... See, I'd really like to use the same kind of arm that the Cozy has, because it'll make it a lot easier. So therefore, not the Cozy, but cutters. I go cutter, survival cutter, and then, hello cow, and then cut it off like so. I can just weld this onto the front, basically. Like, yes. Okay, but that sticks out really far. So, what if I just make like a rotating mount thingy that will kind of hold it upright, and then when I need it, I can unfold it. Why wasn't that mounted properly? That was weird. Okay, so if I go like this, okay, this side I guess, can I... Ooh, that's not the right side. I'm going to do this temporarily so it can't flop around on me. Go! Okay, once again. It moved on me again. I think I need this side. Yes, okay, but that is too far in. So if I just mount it like that, I'm also going to remove most of the switches. I need to check which ones do which. Door, lights, signal, signal. Okay, so 6 will be to activate it. What else does 6 go to? 6, 7... A lot of these go to things that aren't needed in this design. can remove these because they're for the back. And then some of these are for the lights and some are for the front. And this is why I need to go through and clean it up before I upload the wood harvester because it's kind of a mess at the moment. Just thinking. What goes to what? These are for the lights, so I can probably get rid of most of what's under this seat. So I'm going to get the seat out of the way. That goes. Ooh, that's for brakes, I think, which can also come out at the moment. Okay, so these, does that go down to? That is for the lights. Okay, so most of what is in here, that's for that light. That currently doesn't go to anything, and it is on what? 6? Yes, that is on 6. And 6 also goes to that, which goes to the light. So, I'm going to remove that one. That's the lower one. And then this can be for just lifting and lowering the front. So I'm going to bring this back by 45. That's going the wrong way. Go. I need to add more for thingy-jiggy. Thingy-jiggy, yes. It's not really needed. I just wanted to put that there so there's not empty space. I'm going to put these ones over. What do I really want to do? Can't go there because that'll be in the way of the floor. So I'll put them across there, I guess. So that is for. We'll go left. 7 should go directly to the piston. And then 8. Ooh, I gotta rethink this. Okay. I'm going to remove all the switches and stuff. Okay. This number 2 can stay because it's for this seat. So I'm gonna remove 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, and 9 to go underneath. And remove that one and that one. Okay. Squish myself into this again. Wrong spot. Okay, it's kind of hard to see that controller. But this controller will be left. So I need to go on top. I want to make sure all the lights are still going to work. Door, headlight, okay. So, 6 is going to be the piston now. But I'll move it out. 7 will be... 7 should be down, because it needs to go down more than it needs to go left and right. I need to cut out the roof a bit more so I can actually get out of this. Okay, so that 6, that 7. I need to put in another controller. I should also put this on a piston or something so it moves in a better way. Okay, so instead of there, this one's going to go there and be controlled by 7. Six should also do that. So maybe instead I will set these both. I'll set 6 to both the piston and that one. Just back to 45 again. And this to 45. So now when it activates, it'll automatically go down and then out. Perhaps. This should... It will eventually. I think it's supposed to. Unless I didn't attach the controller to it. There we go. Well, that'll go down and out into the operating mode. I don't know if I want to have it on the same switch or not. So I am going to take 6 off the piston, put 7 on the piston instead. And then I will need 4 more, so 7. Ooh, I can only have 3 more. See, that's the nice thing with the cutter is it doesn't have a door switch. Okay, so I will have 6 do both. Just to keep it simpler. Rather than having that on a separate. And then 7 will go to the next controller. I thought I put another one on there. 7 will be down, which can be one of these. That'll be just like 15 degrees or so. 15, go to half speed. 8 will be up. That goes to that one. See, I need more controls. I could take the doors off too, but we'll see. Set this to 15 as well. Okay, so that should go up and down now. Okay, I need to reverse this one. That is so slow. I thought I changed the speed, I guess not. And then change speed on the other one. Move that block, it is changed already. And then I need left and right, which can go like that. That'll be 9 and 0. The seat away. Okay, 9 and 0. And this isn't like a final definitive build or anything, I'm just kind of testing out my ideas for this. 9, that should be 10, which is 0 on the keyboard. For left and right. But there are also 2 more controls that it needs, which is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. So, half speed, 15 and half speed, and then I will check this. Why is it lagging so much? That goes that way, and that goes that way. Cool. Maybe I can have 6, just also... Oh, that's why it's lagging. Why did this do that? Oh, that's for the seat. Okay, I thought that one block was still glitched, like the other side was. Okay, so I can attach the motor that's on that light to these. So now those will just activate when I turn it on with 6. So 6 activates it and lowers it. And then 7 goes down. I could probably make it come out a little bit less, but oh well. And then 8 should go up, so, and then left and right. Back in and off. I would like to have it rotate and widen like it's supposed to, but I have a feeling I'm gonna have to remove the doors for that. I would also like to make these faster, so it wiggles around faster. Okay. I would also like to have it move up more, which was that one. Okay, 3, 4, so where's... Oh, over there, okay. I'm gonna bring this up 60. And then cut a hole there. Oh crap, there was a light. One of the light switches on that. That's okay for now. Once again, I'll go through and do some fine-tuning and editing if I like this design. 70. 70 looks like that's a good spot for it to go up to, so let's bring this back down to 70. So, okay, let's test this out. And yeah, I need to make it so the seat moves better too, but... Alright, so that's the driving position, which is perfectly fine. It's a little laggy for some reason. And I have no idea why, because it shouldn't be so laggy. Either way. 6. Oh, they moved because, I got rid of that one by accident. Okay. So. We cut up some rock. Bearings that are on steering are a little bit weak, but that's okay. This is 6 now to bring it down. 7. Tracked it for a moment. I could also put a sensor on it so it only actually starts rotating when there's something in front of it. Make it a bit simpler because I only have it move around so much because the normal cutter, the little cutter buggy is limited in its movement. It doesn't move as much as this does. But now I can simply just drive over everything, pick it up, and refine it. So, in theory, this would work quite well. But I want something that works a little bit better than that. Something that's a bit more efficient, because I feel like this is great for trees, because the thing comes down, cuts the stump, and then you cut down a bunch of trees, and then just suck them up with the tailpiece. But finding a way to really efficiently do this, like cut rocks, is a bit of a pain. Like, I guess I could just cut a bunch at once, and then drive over what is all cut up. So I'm going to just kind of drive into this. I'll fast forward this part, but I'm going to just kind of test this a bit more. I'll just drive into this, see how whether this all works to plan or not. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. With how this is at the moment, I would still prefer to use my cutter buggy and a trailer that collects the resources and hauls the cutter like I had in my one survival playthrough. I'll see if I can remember and put a link to that. But I'll work on this a little bit off camera. I just wanted to record my main thoughts on it, my main testing. Because, like I said, I want something that's just efficient and quick to use. Something that I can quickly drive up to some rocks and refine them all down to the base materials. Nice and quickly. But I don't know. I'll think of something. I can likely make something a little bit smaller and a little bit taller. It's only so low because as the wood harvester, it needed to be low enough to drag and recline the trees that were on the ground. But with this, I can easily just adjust the height of this, hence why it's so maneuverable. But it's rocks are always on these like hilly things, so this isn't the greatest at going over those. Whereas if I were to use like the 8x8 cozy and a trailer, it would be much easier. Or I could use the cutter, the little buggy crawl cutter, put a plow style thingy on the back, that attaches to here. This is just the trailer hitch point. If, when I first built this in survival, I always put 4 resource box thingies onto just a simple little trailer and tow it around with this, but this doesn't work very well with trailers. It's just so light, it doesn't handle very well. With a heavy trailer at least. But if I do something simple, I'm gonna end the video in a moment, but I just want to try something quickly. And out the width of it. Down a block. And then I'm going to do something like this. I could also make this a bit more adjustable, but I'm running out of switches for this. How many more available switches? 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. So yeah, I've only really got enough to put the 1 switch that would raise and lower this. If I just quickly attach this, put that onto my last available switch, I could likely that on. I could also put it on a piston that just goes up and down, but if I go like this, that should be able to push things. Make a fake. Couple fake things to push. Mock resources. If I go like this, it'll push them no problem. So I might as well, like I said, just use the cutter, build a trailer for it that can hold it and the resources like I had before, and just use this. And like that would work for trees, rocks, whatever, rather than making it so complicated. So I'll likely just do that, because this works for collecting resources, getting from point A to point B. It can haul smaller trailers, and it's light and small and can go pretty much anywhere. It can crawl up onto the trailer on its own. So yeah. And then having a sleeper in the back of the cozy would mean I could go out on fairly big resource runs, because I could probably incorporate some kind of refinery into... Yeah, see, this is so much better off-road than that thing is. Incorporate a refine bot into the old trailer design, which I have to try and rebuild somehow, and just do that. So I will probably do another concept video at some point about this, but for now, it was worth trying out. It was worth giving it a try. This is one idea that I've been thinking for a while, and I knew it wasn't going to work quite how I wanted it to, but it was worth the try. So, if you have any tips or tricks or ideas, suggestions, whatever, feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you have something that you like to use for collecting resources in your survival playthrough, build it in creative and send it on to community builds. I'd be very interested to check it out, and I need more submissions for community builds. So, yeah. I'll probably just do this, because it's so much simpler and easier, and it looks so much better than that big thing. So, by the way, that's it for today's video, I guess. Hopefully next week I'll be back onto Crashlander. I've just been gathering resources and building some stuff so I can do this in Crashlander. Yeah. By the way, as usual, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.